what's up, ladies and gentlemen? I got a special guest on this phone with us right here. This brother is the realest, one of the realest that did it. Ladies and gentlemen, I got on the phone with me right now the real Dexter Isaac. What's up, my brother?
What's up, baby? How you doing today, man?
Oh, brother, everything is good. First of all, I want to thank you for even taking the time out to call me back, you know what I'm saying, so we can set this thing up. So what's going on with you, Mr.
Yeah.
Isaac?
Well, I'm here just fighting, fighting for this freedom, man, Trying to stay sucker free and bullshit proof while I'm in here and, just fighting for my freedom and pushing these books. I got two books out, from Friends to Enemies and Enemies Amongst Us, two autobiographies about my life, both available on Amazon. It's a must read, two of the hottest books out right now, on Amazon bestsellers list. So they're available in paperback and for download.
That's what's
So
up.
please go out there and get it.
Now,
You know,
how did the books come into place? How did you start writing your books, sir?
I started writing, man, because I was getting a lot of calls. People asking me to do interviews and do shit, right? Because in
This call is from a federal prison.
11, motherfuckers was putting my name in all kind of shit, and I decided to admit to some of the wrongs that I did in the past, and one of those wrongs was the robbery of rapper Tupac Shakur. So while that was going on, I said, okay, I might as well write my story. This way shit don't get twisted, and let people know, what I'm about and how stuff came about, what really happened. Because a lot of people wanted to know, there was a lot of pain going out there with Biggie moms and Shakur, Tupac moms. They didn't know about their deaths, what caused it, and unsolved cases and stuff. So I try to shine a little light because Biggie was getting blamed for Pac robbery, and I didn't want people to keep slandering him and him getting all of the press for it, the blame for it as something that he didn't do, Went on and put all that stuff in my book so people could know the truth, what really took place.
Yeah, because the Tupac community, man, is they can be a lot of those cats. They're young overseas, and they can be kind of sensitive and shit to situations like that.
Yeah. I got some crazy fans, man.
Yeah,
Got some real loyal fans. Up to this day, they still loyal. Got a big following, man.
yeah, and we gonna talk about Pac and Biggie later on down the line. I want to start off on who is Dexter Isaac? Who is Dexter Isaac, the man?
Dexter Isaac is a young man, came from Trinidad and Tobago in 1975 to America. Grew up in the Flatbush, Vanderveer projects, and had to adjust, to the American way of life. And, just fell victim to the streets at an early age and grew up, the hard way and tried to make it, very family orientated, loved my brothers and sisters and was just doing what I had to do with the best of my ability to make it. And just got caught, getting caught in the wild of the streets, get caught up, like most young men do growing up, mommy gone and then no daddy, and just fall victim to, people, the call of the wild of the streets. And,
Okay.
that's just me, man,
Okay. Now, how did you get started in the game? You know what I'm saying? What took you to the game?
Well, I talk about this in my book too. When I came over here in '75, it was real rough. West Indians was looked frowned upon. Being a foreigner, Americans used to look like discriminated against. So that's the first time I encountered racism in my world. And I was being discriminated by other blacks, and it was American blacks. So I had to get, more aggressive or learn how to be aggressive to survive, especially in Brooklyn back then, And as time processed, we just start getting accepted as later on as the 80s came about, we start getting accepted because, the Americans start respecting us by seeing, we're not taking no shit. So once we start, fighting. It's like fighting fire with fire, you know. So we started becoming accepted back then. So, you know, I was robbed at first at an early age from my little sneakers, and I had some cousins that was already up here on my stepfather's side, and they, you know, gave me my first gun and told me this is how we do it. Shout out to the Folks family, man, you know, from Jamaica, and they showed me how to rob and how to move, you know, in the early '70s. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.